pocket like rocket fuel.
Now, the good news, Coach, is that the winds aren't as violent as they were yesterday in Chicago, but it's still pretty darn cold. To be expected, I guess, for December football at Soldier Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the Chicago Bears. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Yellow. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Double dog. Double dog. That's the right.
They'll run on first down. It's Taylor. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one good for 37 yards.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Taylor. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great play there. His 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Now a handoff looking right. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Operating from the gun. Fields. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Fields brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
As a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards, so many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Bears are able to show off their quick strike ability. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Back to throw. Fields. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
But it's now 3rd down.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. From the gun, Fields. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
A short gain that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So 2 missed field goals for him now, and that's helped keep them with a big 0 on the scoreboard.
Well, it's not the only reason they have a 0. The offense has been bogged down a few times now, but it's certainly not helping the cause any at all.
Check it back, check it back. Joker, 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 Joker.
On 1st down, it's Taylor. Escapes the defender. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That good for 22 and a 1st down. On 1st down, Mahomes. Flushed out, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase him.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward.
Yellow, and color. 54, and watch your leg. 54's Mike, 54's Mike.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the second foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down. You have to have 2 inbounds in the NFL.
And this one is right down Broadway. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position, the ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe there's a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it, and even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
To throw on 2nd down, Fields. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he can get a good head of steam going.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down. Brandon, you're never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
Let's go, D. Big Sears right here.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Taylor. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
Try to do better.
On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. Well, that gives him a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5.
You got it. You got
2 yards on the 1st down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing. I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And he's got room. 30. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. On first down, Taylor. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot, but what he's going to need here down this...
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Falcons grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run with Taylor. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Throwing now is Mahomes. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete.
One of the selling points of the corner route is usually the receiver is able to move away from the defender. But in this case, he didn't get that far away.
They'll run on first down. It's Taylor. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Malik Jefferson in there on the stop. On second down, it's Taylor. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Right there, 54 Mike.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. With touchdown number 27, that ties Priest Holmes for the third most in a single year. As the Bears push further out in front. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. The first half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
After the encroachment penalty, here's 2nd and 5.
Mike 50, Mike 50. I can't believe it.
Operating from the gun, Fields. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. This quarterback now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. From the gun, Fields. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. As his guys are in for 6, and the Falcons cut into that lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. 13 seconds, the time remaining in the half as they come up on first down.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. I got 23. 43.
They go play fake. Mahomes. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one. Now then after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Throwing on first down. Fields going for the deep ball. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here.
To throw again. Fields. Throw complete there. Rodgers. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their...
Touchdown, Falcons! In for the score, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air, because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. On first down, Taylor. He'll have a first down past the 40. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. With his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. As the Bears push further out in front. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Paul. That little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, Fields. Wide open receiver complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Landon Collins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Taylor. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They go to the ground again with Taylor. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll run with Taylor. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go, D.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Taylor. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Mahomes going to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got Smith here. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 46 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
Brandon, they just got the ball, and already they're in the end zone, and you're getting ready to talk about the PAT. That was fast.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that will shave one more off this lead. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Back now at Soldier Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Taylor. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and run it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run on first down. Taylor. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Second and 12 at the 38-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Taylor, and able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. Johnson, the intended target. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons.
First down, Falcons.
Set, ready. 15 running. 15 running.
On 1st and 10, Fields. Open man is Higgins. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Now they try the right side here. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. From the gun, Fields. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Here's Drew Kaiser now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Taylor, and he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Fielded at the 20. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Now a man open down the middle of the field. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offensive perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So they come up on second down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. They'll keep it on the ground. Taylor. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Taylor. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like you know his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do you know, what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then the last second, oh no, I better get down. And he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to letting it slip away.
Watch the safety creep.
On second down now, it's Taylor. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
On third down, it's Taylor fighting him off. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the second time. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Chicago.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'd be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly.